Alright, so this is my review for Tax Collector. Is, I believe, an indie film. It revolves around two guys that collect taxes from different mobs in the not mobs, gangs in the LA, including the Bloods and Mexicans and all that stuff. I couldn't figure out if they worked for the cartel. I still don't understand. I know it's not the cartel now, but I couldn't understand what exactly the position of the wizard was, who's the head of the control of them. But it has Shia LaBeouf, and the other main actor, I don't know. I really don't know where he's from. But he definitely did a good job. Everyone did a good job in here. And it is again in LA, and you definitely get, when you go into gang stuff, you get into a lot of the graphics of here, of how graphic it is and the ways things are treated for consequences and stuff and drugs. But it wasn't like too heavy graphic, but it was enough to, just put in there and make it out there what's going on. The culture in here, there wasn't much of it, but there was definitely a decent amount that was actually pretty interesting. A lot of the stuff towards gangs, I over the years I've learned about stuff like this, and so I wasn't really surprised about the graphics and how things went. But they definitely portrayed, from where far I could tell, of what it was like, pretty good. George Lopez is in here. He has a small part, or a good-sized part in here. I don't know what he's been up to. I haven't seen him since the early 2000s. From the George Lopez, he definitely didn't have a comedy in here. He had a serious role in here. Now, I can't remember what movie I watched a couple years ago he had a serious role in. I think he was like a cop or something. But he was the uncle in here. Now, he did a good job. Here's the thing about this movie that I have a huge issue with, and there's a couple of them in here, but they both revolve around Shia LaBeouf. From the trailers, you get a strong idea that going into this, he's going to be this over dangerous, scary killer of the mob or something, kind of like a hitman type of thing. That they completely lied to you in this, and I don't know if you want to consider that a spoiler. I don't. But that's one of the things that disappointed me. And then what later happened to Shia LaBeouf, I felt like he was robbed. The last movie I have seen him in was Fury, and he did a good job in that. Before that, I haven't seen him in things for years, since the second Transformers movie, after they took out Megan Fox. I stopped watching after that. Yeah, I mean, it was a good story. It was very interesting. The first half, it was more dialogue, and then explaining what it's like in these gangs and whatnot, and kind of setting up for the second half, which then set up for kind of a war zone type of thing. And definitely some spots in here that I wasn't expecting, but one of them was, I didn't expect it, but at the same time I did. It was definitely a good piece of movie, story-wise, and I think the acting was done pretty good. I would definitely give this. See, I was debating if it was going to be 3.5. Debating if the Shia LaBeouf thing, because it felt like it ruined the whole thing for me. That part, but then later, the rest of the movie actually made up for it, in my opinion. Shia LaBeouf and George Lopez is the only actors in here that I recognize. I don't really watch a lot of these Spanish-related films, kind of gangster Spanish films. So it's not my type of thing, but some of them do very come off interesting, and the poster to this looked pretty cool. But I would definitely give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not a whole lot of issues outside of the Shia LaBeouf thing. But yeah, that's my thought. I think you should check it out. Let me know what you thought of it. I don't know what year this came out of, but please like and subscribe, and I will try to put something out on Monday. I don't know, maybe I'll do something Saturday. I don't know. It's at this point it's still kind of iffy, so bear with me. But yeah, have a nice day. It's cool.